So guys, this is what happens when flushable wipes aren't really flushable, and when you flush them, it creates backups in the sewers. So this is one of our trucks at San Antonio Water System that is working, one of our crews that is working at trying to get the sewer system clean. We also have KSAT with us. They're shooting a story for tonight, so you guys can watch it live then. But see if I can get a better angle. So kind of a look behind the scenes on what the MySAWS staff, particularly the team out at the crews, are doing on a regular basis every day. The work is something that they do to maintain the health of our system. I believe that that is basically a basket that's going to pull in the debris. So they are, oh, here comes the basket. So that is the, you can see the basket right back there. And they are going to crank up this machine to drop that down. Job for sure, but these guys take pride in it, and they do what somebody's got to do to keep our system clean. You can see the line going down. This is just one small section of the pipe that is being cleaned. It's approximately 600 feet, so it goes straight down the street. And it will take about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes before we see the debris coming back. But they will use that basket that you see back there to capture the debris and pull it out of the sewer system and get it out of the pipes so that it doesn't cause any overflows either on the street or into people's homes. The cameraman is KSAT 12. Luis, cameraman extraordinaire, is actually out here for a story they're working on for the news at 10 tonight. And these guys do a great job. So we'll have a lot of line being loaded in. While that's happening, since it's basically the same thing, I'm going to walk around the other direction, let you see this big truck. This is one of the combo trucks that is being used. It does a lot of things. It's one of the newer trucks in our system. It suctions, it puts water in, it vacuums. These guys are going to work for sure. Let you guys see down the system there. Whoops, sorry guys. Hard to maneuver the tripod on the hill. San Antonio Water System. This is the water and sewer utility for the city of San Antonio in Texas. And we are demonstrating what one of our crews is doing to clean up the sewer line. they have televised this section so they know that there is debris in here. There is regular maintenance scheduled, and so they are working to get that basket that's sitting over there kind of towards the tire of the truck will be dropped in there and will help pull out some of that debris. Bringing this to you is not only to show you sort of a day in the life and behind the scenes, but also to let you understand why flushable wipes are really not flushable. They tend to clog up and congeal with the fats, oils, and greases in our system, and what happens then is that they clog up the system in a way that causes an overflow. We work very hard as part of our EPA consent decree to keep the system clean and make sure that we don't have sewer overflows. This is part of the normal maintenance that happens on a regular basis. But we also need to inform and educate our citizens and let them know that they can use wipes, but they need to put them in the trash and not in the actual toilet, because then we end up with a very nasty looking mop thing that will be coming out of this system sooner rather than later, I hope. Let me see if I can bring a different angle. Oh, here we go. The guys are going to put that basket in. And if you see the other camera guy there is actually one of our news stations who is helping to cover this story from the point of view of why our citizens should not be using flushable wipes, not be putting them into the toilet, but instead in the trash can. I'm actually kind of scared to get any closer, guys. I don't want to fall in because we're also in a hill. So I apologize that I can't get you a more adventurous angle like the KSAT camera guy. His camera is bigger and he's not in heels. But I will get you a good view of what comes out of that once it's not in the hole anymore. Yeah. I like Modern Family, so I'm going to have to find that episode. While we're cleaning this in our system, in our pipes, it's important to understand that if you flush wipes, you can cause a problem in your own system. And just like we're pulling this out of the system at large, wipes that are being flushed are going to eventually cause problems for you as well. So guys, I know this is kind of a different look at what our crews do every day. I would say if you think this is interesting, please swipe and share. Let others know that we're doing this. This is actually in the Hillcrest area. So I think the zip code is 78228. But this is regular maintenance that happens in all our system. We have over 5,000 pipes of sewer, 5,000 miles of sewer pipes, and there's regular cleaning happening on a daily basis for multiple segments. Yeah, it certainly is a rough job for sure, but someone's got to do it, and we have a great crew willing to be doing this day in and day out to keep the system clean for us. Well, the whole cleaning process usually takes about 45 minutes. What we'll be showing right now is probably about a 10 to 15 minute process, and they will go in and do one swipe, bringing the debris out, and then they'll continue to go in as many times as needed after that until that pipe is completely clean. SAWS does have a whole televising crew as well. This equipment that we use to look at the health of our system. Yeah, swipe or wipe, well, maybe both. We want to keep it clean either way. We definitely want to make sure people understand why it's important to not flush wipes. And this is a problem that a lot of cities are dealing with. Let's see what we've got over here. I'm trying to get as close as possible without being in the way of the guys working or the camera shot for the TV station. So, see if I can get any closer. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see anything in there. It's hard for me to see with the glare of the sun. It's actually not a bad smell. So I would have expected it to smell a lot worse, I'll say, but this actually is not bad. I guess it always depends on which way the wind turns. Are we getting closer? So we're about 300 feet out before we can expect to see something. Should be a few more minutes. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll take another look down the hole here. I won't fall in. Okay, I'll get out of their way. Let me get a little further back and find a camera angle that isn't too awkward. So again, guys, thank you for joining us. This is the San Antonio water system. What's that thing doing? That thing right there, that big orange tube, is actually going into a sewer, a manhole, and is going down the street here, about 600 feet down that street over there, and is cleaning out that sewer system. There are a lot of debris and what we call rags, but what they are is usually flushable wipes that have been flushed down the toilet instead of disposed of in the trash can. And so you end up with sewer overflows and backups. So let me get it over in that direction, make sure that if there's something coming out, we can see it. I know the truck is noisy. I hope you guys can hear me. Correct, don't flush wipes. So yeah, you can use them, but definitely make sure that you are putting them in the trash can. Well, I don't know why they say they can be flushed when they can't. The reality is I think there's lawsuits going on throughout the nation against companies that produce them. Just like it does damage to the city's sewer system, it also does damage to your own sewer system. So you keep flushing wipes, you might end up having to do costly sewer repairs in your home. So this is San Antonio Water System. This is one of our crews. It does smell, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to smell. It's not a windy day, so maybe that's part of it. It's definitely not the same as being in the office, that's for sure. The temperature, oh, today it's really hot. I don't know. It's probably in the 80s. I know that I feel like I'm having a sunburn while I stand here and watch these guys work. I'm going to try to get out of the cameraman's angle so I know as they get ready to shoot their scene. Again, that's KSAT 12. That's one of our local news stations here in town. And they are working on a story about flushable wipes and why we need to keep them out of our toilets, our sewer system. So that thing can vacuum, and right now I think it is really just pulling the bulk of the debris before it actually does any vacuuming. That's usually in the next sections. We had a question about how often this is done. This is done on a daily basis. Every single day they are cleaning one area of the pipe or another. So I'm trying to get out of the camera's way so that our TV station will still have a good angle without me in the background periscoping. So again, thank you guys for joining us. We are watching the San Antonio Water System cleaning a 600-foot length of sewer pipe. This is something they do on a regular basis. Every single day there is some segment of some of our sewer pipes that are being cleaned. Every single day there are segments that are being televised to inspect the health. Let me get out of that shot. Hold on. Okay. So, there we go. So we are, it is pretty much almost ready to come out, and we are just waiting a few minutes to try to let the TV station grab their intro and their shot right before this gets pulled out. Hi there, thank you for joining us. So feel free to swipe and share if you guys want to share this kind of behind the scenes look. And also, tap the screen and let us know if there is something that you want us to be talking about, or if you like this. Is there a camera down there as well? There was a camera down there earlier that let us see that there was a problem. This is a grease and wipes thing, and what the crew is doing is actually bringing up, they've snaked a 600 foot area, and they're bringing up some debris right now. It's those flushable wipes that cause the majority of the problem and eventually cause sewer backups for our system. I'm nervous because I just saw my phone battery is low, and I'm hoping that I will be able to continue to periscope and to see what the final result is of what they just cleaned out of here. I see the machine is being kicked in. You guys can probably hear the extra noise. This truck is amazing. It's giant, but it does a lot of things. It vacuums, it pushes water down, it pulls, lots of nasty stuff. I am trying not to get too close so I'm not in the way of them or the shot. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see some of what's coming up. There's more. They're just pulling it out with the basket. Normally this process takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. That's just a 600 foot length of pipe. This is just the first pass through. So apparently the basket didn't pull out the rags. Let's see. Did we get some down there? Maybe. Yeah. So they couldn't pull out that. That's going to take a few more passes, and my phone's about to die, guys. So my apologies. But we'll try this again. We'll come out again, follow one of these crews, and let them show you why it is so important not to flush these things down the toilet. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.